Far across the Chattahoochee to the Yuba-Toy, OCS our alma mater, Benning's pride and joy. Forward ever, backward never, faithfully we strive. To the ports of embarkation, follow me with pride. When it's time and we are called to guard our country's might, we'll be there with our heads held high in peacetime and in fight. Yearning, ever failing, never to guard the memory. The call is clear, we must meet the task for freedom's never free.
Hello, my name is Lieutenant Colonel David Holstead, and I am the Battalion Commander for 3rd Battalion, 11th Infantry Regiment, and the Commandant of the Federal Officer Candidate School here at Fort Benning, Georgia. On behalf of all current cadre and candidates here at OCS, I would like to offer my sincerest congratulations to each of you for your selection into the OCS Hall of Fame. While plans were in motion for the customary annual reunion and Hall of Fame week, COVID-19 precautions continued to limit us from hosting a full celebration. The intent of this video is to honor all of those entering the Hall of Fame for the class of 2021 and allow us the opportunity to offer our personal gratitude for all that you have done for our Army and our nation. Thank you.
Welcome to the OCS Hall of Fame. I'm Colonel Frank Harmon, the President and CEO of the U.S. Army OCS Alumni Association and Honorary Colonel of the 11th Infantry Regiment and a 1994 member of the OCS Hall of Fame. On behalf of the U.S. Army OCS Alumni Association, I congratulate you for being inducted into the OCS Hall of Fame. The OCS Hall of Fame was established in 1958 to honor graduates who had distinguished themselves during World War II through valorous combat leadership and subsequent superior meritorious service. The first honoree was Medal of Honor recipient Lieutenant Thomas Weigel. This Hall of Fame building was named in his honor. Members of the OCS Hall of Fame are honored for the following. First, superior valorous combat leadership, which includes recipients of the Medal of Honor and the Distinguished Service Cross. Second, superior meritorious service, which includes successful battalion and brigade commanders, staff directors, program managers, and defense attachés, each being recognized for superior meritorious service while serving in the rank of full colonel or above. Next, distinguished public service, which includes members of Congress, governors of the state, cabinet secretaries, U.S. ambassadors, mayors of large cities, and federal judges. And also superior public service, which includes high-ranking career civil servants, GS-15s and SESs, high-ranking state officials, members of state legislatures, mayors, sheriffs, police chiefs, city managers, and CEOs of philanthropies. And finally, lifelong service, which includes individuals who have a life of service to the nation and to their community, which starts with valorous combat leadership and/or meritorious service, and then continues with outstanding public service through volunteerism, especially in support of military service members and their families, as well as military veterans. Most graduates of the Officer Candidate School view OCS and their subsequent military assignment as the foundation of their personal success and the experience from which they drew the confidence and courage to succeed despite adversity. Our honorees today have more than succeeded. They have excelled, and they have significant accomplishments in service to the nation. It is our honor as members of the U.S. Army OCS Alumni Association to sponsor each and every Hall of Fame ceremony. And we usually do so with a dinner and an induction ceremony. Unfortunately, this is not possible for everyone. So we invite every one of you to come to Fort Benning, either on your own or join us for next year's Hall of Fame. And make sure that we get you properly recognized. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy this film.
Captain John D. Curran. Captain Curran is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior valorous combat leadership. He received his Distinguished Service Cross while serving as a pilot of a 4-man medevac crew in Vietnam on the 25th of May, 1971. There, he voluntarily flew through intense enemy anti-aircraft fire to land on a fire base to rescue a seriously wounded survivor of a U.S. helicopter crash. Upon departing the fire base with the wounded soldier, his helicopter received more enemy fire and lost its motor before it burst into flames and crashed. Captain Curran's bravery and devotion came at the cost of his life. Major George W. Hughes. Major Hughes is qualified for the Hall of Fame for superior valorous combat leadership. He received his Distinguished Service Cross while serving as an anti-tank platoon leader in Bon Song, Vietnam on the 5th of May, 1966. There, he led a dismounted combat operation in which his composure under fire saved his platoon and inflicted heavy casualties on a numerically superior hostile force. First Lieutenant Bernard L. Pierce. First Lieutenant Pierce is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior valorous combat leadership. He received his Distinguished Service Cross while serving as a platoon leader of an armored platoon near An Loc, Vietnam on 19 June 1969. There, his platoon came under intense hostile fire, and he began to maneuver his vehicle to aid a pinned-down dismounted squad. While maneuvering, his track was struck by an anti-tank rocket, and he was rendered blind. Despite these wounds, he ordered the assault and continued to unleash a barrage of suppressive fire. Just after another track successfully rescued the dismounted squad, First Lieutenant Pierce's track was struck again by another anti-tank rocket, and this claimed his life. Colonel George A. Bannon. Colonel Bannon is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some of his notable duty assignments include commander of the 479th Field Artillery Brigade in Pennsylvania and commander of the 1st Battalion, 112th Field Artillery in New Jersey. His most notable award is the Bronze Star. He is currently a member of the Artillery OCS Hall of Fame and a distinguished member of the 11th Infantry Regiment. He is also very active in his support for the American Legion, VFW, MOAA, and DAV. Brigadier General William C. Below. Brigadier General Below is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Several of his past duty assignments include Deputy Director of the Army National Guard, Commander of the Division Support Command of the 29th Infantry Division, and Chief of Staff of the 29th Infantry Division. His most prestigious award is the Distinguished Service Medal. Colonel David W. Clark. Colonel Clark is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some of his notable duty assignments include Brigade Commander of the 650th Military Intelligence Group at Supreme Headquarters Allied Command Europe, and Commander of the 524th Military Intelligence Battalion of the 501st Military Intelligence Brigade in Korea. His most notable award is the Defense Superior Service Medal. Lieutenant Colonel Chester P. Davis. Lieutenant Colonel Davis is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some of his duty assignments include Inspector General of the 7th Army in Germany, advisor for the Military Assistance Advisory Group in Vietnam, company commander of Company L for the 38th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Infantry Division during the Korean War, company commander of the 504th Parachute Infantry Regiment of the 82nd Airborne Division in World War II, and a member of Company B of the 2671st Special Reconnaissance Battalion for the Office of Strategic Services in North Africa. His awards include the Silver Star, Bronze Star, and Combat Infantryman Badge. Colonel Stephen A. Epkins. Colonel Epkins is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some of his notable past duty assignments include Deputy Chief of Staff for Intelligence in the U.S. Army Special Operations Command, Division G2 of the 82nd Airborne Division during Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm, Support Battalion Commander at the field station in Berlin during the fall of the Berlin Wall, and Deputy Brigade Commander of the 207th Military Intelligence Brigade in Ludwigsburg, Germany. His most notable award is the Legion of Merit with 1 oak leaf cluster. Colonel Christopher R. Forsyth. Colonel Forsyth is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. He currently serves as the Executive Officer to the Financial Management and Comptroller Assistant Secretary of the Army. Some notable past duty assignments include Director of the 18th Financial Management Support Center at Fort Bragg, Commander of the Columbia Recruiting Battalion, and the Southern Director for the Chairman's Office of Reintegration in Washington, D.C. His most notable award is the Legion of Merit with 1 oak leaf cluster. Colonel Michael D. Gilpin. Colonel Gilpin is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some notable duty assignments include Commander of the 114th Area Support Group of the Mississippi Army National Guard, Chief of Staff of the 184th Transportation Brigade of the Mississippi Army National Guard, and Commander of the 150th Engineer Battalion of the 155th Armored Brigade. His most notable award is the Legion of Merit. Colonel Carl Ginter. Colonel Ginter is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some of his notable duty assignments include Director of the Instructional Support Group of the U.S. Army War College, Brigade Commander of the 21st Signal Brigade at Fort Detrick, Maryland, Plans and Operations Chief in Army G6 at the Pentagon, and Battalion Commander of the 302nd Signal Battalion at Fort Detrick, Maryland. His most notable award is the Legion of Merit. Colonel Philip H. Gleiss. Colonel Gleiss is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some of his notable duty assignments include Deputy Commander of the 81st Brigade Combat Team at Camp Murray-Tacoma in Washington and Iraq, Commander of the 2nd Battalion, 121st Infantry Regiment, 48th Infantry Brigade in Albany, Georgia, and Bradley Team Chief of the Enhanced Brigade Training Strategy in Headquarters Army National Guard at Arlington, Virginia. His most notable award is the Legion of Merit. General Frank J. Grass. General Grass is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. His key assignments include Chief of the National Guard Bureau and member of the Joint Chief of Staffs, Director of Mobilization and Reserve Affairs for US-EUCOM in Stuttgart, Germany, and Director of Operations and later Deputy Commander of US NORTHCOM at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado. His most prestigious award is the Defense Distinguished Service Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster. Lieutenant General Arthur J. Gregg. Lieutenant General Gregg is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. He was a staff sergeant when approved to attend Officer Candidate School in October of 1949, following President Truman's executive order, which legally ended military segregation. He commissioned as a quartermaster officer on 19 May 1950. His key assignments include Director for Logistics for the Joint Chief of Staffs, Deputy Chief of Staff for Logistics of the Headquarters USEUCOM, and a Brigade Commander in Germany. His highest award is the Defense Distinguished Service Medal. Brigadier General Susie S. Coulion. Brigadier General Coulion is qualified for the Hall of Fame for her superior meritorious service. A few of her assignments include the Deputy Commanding General for the 200th Military Police Command, Chief of Staff of the 80th Training Command, Deputy Commander of the 2nd Military Police Brigade, and Commander of the 2nd Military Police Battalion of 3rd Brigade. One of her most prestigious awards is the Meritorious Service Medal with 4 bronze oak leaf clusters. Brigadier General John S. Martin. Brigadier General Martin is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some of his duty assignments include Assistant Adjutant General for the State of Ohio and the Commanding General of the Ohio Army National Guard. One of his highest awards is the Legion of Merit. General Jack N. Merritt. General Merritt is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Several of his previous assignments include Commandant of the Command and General Staff College, Commander of Fort Sill in the Field Artillery Center, and Chief of Staff of the 1st Cavalry Division. His most prestigious award includes the Defense Distinguished Service Medal. Following retirement, General Merritt served as President of the Association of the U.S. Army and Chairman of the U.S. Army Field Artillery Association. Colonel Ken R. Nance. Colonel Nance is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. His notable duty assignments include Deputy Commander of the Transatlantic Division in Afghanistan, Battalion Commander of the 844th Engineer Battalion in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Program Manager for the Counter-Narcotics Construction in Kabul, Afghanistan. His most notable award is the Legion of Merit. Colonel David C. Osborne. Colonel Osborne is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. His notable duty assignments include Chief of the Army Leader Development Division, Army G3, Battalion Commander for 3rd Battalion, 11th Infantry Regiment, Fort Benning, Georgia, Plans Officer in the Supreme Headquarters Allied Powers Europe in Belgium. His most notable award is the Legion of Merit, and he was the recipient of the MacArthur Leadership Award while serving in the Old Guard. Colonel Richard R. Perez. Colonel Perez is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. His key assignments include Headquarters Commander-in-Chief for U.S. Central Command, Deputy Director for Command, Control, Communications, and Computers, and Commander-in-Chief of the Iberian Atlantic Area for NATO in Lisbon, Portugal. Following his retirement, he continued to serve the nation in the Defense Industrial Base. His highest awarded honors are the Defense Meritorious Service Medal and the Meritorious Service Medal with 1 silver oak leaf cluster and 1 bronze oak leaf cluster. Colonel Charles R. Rhine. Colonel Rhine is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior meritorious service. Some notable duty assignments include Deputy Chief of Staff of the 108th Training Division, Battalion Commander of 2nd Battalion, 321st Regiment, 4th Infantry OCS Brigade, and Company Commander for the Service and Supply Company, 508th Support Battalion. His most notable award is the Meritorious Service Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster. Major Larry B. Rogers. Major Rogers is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his superior public service. His notable duty assignments include Commander of the Service Battery of the 2nd Battalion, 37th Field Artillery at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and Fire Support Officer and Training Officer with the G3 of the 8th U.S. Army in South Korea. Following his retirement from the Army, Major Rogers joined the Department of the Army as a civil servant and culminated his 22 years of civilian career as the Deputy Director of Army Capabilities Coordination Element at Headquarters Training and Doctrine Command at Fort Eustis, Virginia. His most notable military award is the Meritorious Service Medal with 2 bronze oak leaf clusters, and as a civilian, he received 5 Meritorious Civilian Service Awards. Lieutenant Colonel Mark D. Mariska. Lieutenant Colonel Mariska is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his lifelong service. One of his notable military assignments was as a strategic intelligence officer for the Joint Strategic Target Planning Staff at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska. During his civilian career, Lieutenant Colonel Mariska organized the California Vietnam Veterans Leadership Program. He also was the Assistant Vice President for Investments at Horace Mann Educators Corporation, the Chief Deputy Insurance Commissioner of California, and Vice President of Operations for the USAA Group. He currently is the executive co-producer of the historical documentary Always Faithful, Vietnam 1967. This 3-part documentary is about the daily acts of valor never brought up to light by the press during the Vietnam War. His awards include the Bronze Star, Meritorious Service Medal, and Air Medal. First Lieutenant Douglas L. Miller. First Lieutenant Miller is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his lifelong service. One of his notable duty assignments was as a platoon leader in the 51st Infantry in Vietnam. Following his honorable discharge, he founded and chaired numerous venture philanthropic organizations and charities around the globe, including locations in London, Brussels, Hong Kong, Singapore, Tokyo, Warsaw, Nairobi, and Bogota. The philanthropic organizations founded by First Lieutenant Miller have over 1,000 members in 60 countries, and since their inception, they have mobilized over $7 billion, helping to create substantial social change and impact. His most notable military award is the Bronze Star with Valor. His many civilian achievements are reflected in the 34 recommendation letters he received from executives of international philanthropies, universities, and former Army officers. First Lieutenant John H. Motley. First Lieutenant Motley is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his lifelong service. His notable duty assignments include Assistant Operations Officer in the 9th Infantry Division in Vietnam, and a member of the Mobile Riverine Force operating in the Mekong Delta in Vietnam. As a civilian, First Lieutenant Motley became the first African American Senior Vice President in any New York City bank when he was promoted to that position at Chemical Bank in 1982. He is also the president of the board of directors of the Amistad Center for Art and Culture and the Wadsworth Atheneum Museum of Art in Hartford, Connecticut. A founder and chairman of the American Civil War Center in Richmond, Virginia, he donated over 3,000 items from his extensive collections on the history of slavery and African Americans in the military. His highest military award is the Bronze Star. Lieutenant Colonel Dan L. Payne. Chaplain Payne is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his lifelong service. Some of his notable military assignments include Command Chaplain for the U.S. Army Forces Central in Camp Doa, Kuwait, Brigade Chaplain for the 8th Personnel Command at Camp Coiner in South Korea, and Brigade Chaplain of the 59th Ordnance Brigade at Redstone Arsenal in Alabama. During his civilian career, Lieutenant Colonel Payne spent 10 years volunteering for the National Park Services as a park ranger. His most notable award is the Legion of Merit. Major William M. Perkins. Major Perkins is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his lifelong service. Some of his notable military assignments were as Commander for the U.S. Army Special Forces Detachment Korea, Battalion Advisor to the 5th Battalion of the 19th Special Forces Group, and Commander of Camp Market in South Korea. His civilian service includes over 60 years of service to the Boy Scouts of America, He was the recipient of the Order of the Arrow National Distinguished Service Award, recipient of the Silver Beaver Award, and recipient of the Silver Antelope Award. Some of his notable military awards were the Legion of Merit, Silver Star, Bronze Star with 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, Purple Heart, and Meritorious Service Medal. Second Lieutenant Donald B. Prell. Second Lieutenant Prell is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his lifelong service. His notable duty assignment was as platoon leader for 2nd Platoon of the Anti-Tank Company in the 422nd Regiment of the 106th Division. During the Battle of the Bulge, he was wounded and captured by enemy forces, and on March 27, 1945, he was briefly freed by Task Force Bomb. However, he was recaptured while attempting to locate friendly forces. So a month later, he escaped from the POW camp south of Nuremberg and found his way to freedom. As a civilian, 2nd Lieutenant Prell had a successful career as a publisher, venture capitalist, and philanthropist. In 1957, he created Datamation, the first magazine dedicated solely to the emerging computer data processing industry. He focused most of his philanthropy and volunteer service to UCLA. There he founded and was the first chairman of the UCLA College of Letters and Science Dean's Council, which annually awards 3 scholarships on academic merit underneath his and his wife's names. His highest military awards are the Bronze Star with 1 Oak Leaf Cluster and the Prisoner of War Medal with 1 Service Star. Major David W. Rice. Major Rice is qualified for the Hall of Fame for his lifelong service. Some of his notable military assignments were as the Infantry Liaison Officer to the Royal Thai Army in Vietnam and as a company commander of Alpha Company, 2nd Battalion, 501st Infantry Regiment, Vietnam. His civilian service includes time as the training specialist for the Bradley Fighting Vehicle and military operations and urban training, as well as president of the Columbus Youth Soccer Program, where he was responsible for taking the program from under 100 players on 7 teams to over 1,000 players on 70 teams. He is also an active volunteer at the National Infantry Museum. One of his notable awards is the Silver Star.
We hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, each of the 29 inductees into the 2021 OCS Hall of Fame class has served our country with great distinction and honor. As Commandant of OCS, one of my top priorities is to make sure that each candidate who walks through those arches today understands and appreciates the incredible legacy that came before them. The OCS Hall of Fame and the Heritage Center at Weigel Hall commemorates that legacy and your history, with all officer candidates past, present, and future. If you're ever in the Fort Benning area, please stop by and visit and introduce yourselves to the battalion. And spend some time back at your alma mater. We will be more than happy to host you. Thank you once again for your service, and congratulations.
Once again, congratulations on your induction to the OCS Hall of Fame. The U.S. Army OCS Alumni Association makes sure that you are honored in several significant places. First, here at Weigel Hall, your picture will hang for the next year. Secondly, into perpetuity, your bio and picture will be in this kiosk and can be called up at any time into the future. The same things are going on at the National Infantry Museum, where your picture will hang for the next year. A placard will also hang with your name on it into perpetuity, as well as the kiosk with your picture and bio. Also, the OCS Alumni Association has placed each one of your names on a granite plate that is located in the OCS Memorial Walk, and they will be there for perpetuity. So once again, congratulations. We are honored to welcome you to the OCS Hall of Fame, and we look forward to you coming here in the next year to see us. And we will give you a tour of Weigel Hall and the Memorial Walk.